Hey designers, I'm Pablo Game Design, and welcome to the first episode of my series Before You. Before You is a series that I'm making to show you what you have to do before you get into Unreal Engine, or any engine in particular. I like to use Unreal, but you can use whatever you want. What matters is that game design is the most important part of the game making pipeline. Now, a lot of people just don't know where to start. I've seen people start from jumping into engine and trying to figure it out from there, but those people usually have problems with scope and honestly relevance. A lot of times they like to go off track and add more and more and change things up over here, and they lose track of what they have and what they need to do. So I'm going to show you what I like to use for designing games. The first application I like to use the most is Google Docs. It is easy, it's free, and it has an amazing clean layout and is easy to organize. So I don't need to explain how to use Google Docs, but I will explain what I love about it. So my number one favorite thing about Google Docs is that you can go to page setup in the file section, and then you can go to a page list setup. It's really nice because you can just keep all your information in one spot without needing to worry about, let's say, your sentences being broken up whenever you're transitioning into a new page. You don't have to worry about that. And what's also really nice is that you can go over here on the left, and then you can just have multiple document tabs. This helps out a lot because you can just keep every single section about your game separate, and you don't have to worry about other bits bleeding into each other. And you can reference each other through the document tabs. We'll go over how to use the document tabs and how to set up a GDD later on, but for now, this is why, at least for me, the Google Docs is number one. The second software I like to use is Draw.io. It is nice, keeps things even, and is the best for level design and UI design. My favorite thing about Draw.io is that everything has this grid. Whenever you place something in here, it is precise, and that is what you need whenever you're making a level design. Precision is the number one thing, because you don't want to make a level and then certain things are a little bit oblong, and it just doesn't feel good whenever you're working in engine and you're looking off of this blueprint. You need something with structure and it being neat. Now, I've seen a lot of people, and I've done this in the past, where they hand draw stuff on a whiteboard or with Microsoft Paint, and it works, but having structure with these grids just makes things so much easier. And also, look at that, it even tells you when everything is even. It's so nice. That's why I recommend this. The third software I like to use is PureRef. It is the best thing to use to make quick storyboards and style guides. Now, you've heard me say it a bunch of times, but I love keeping things neat. With PureRef, you can do just that. You can get some images, some base images. Let's say you want these swords right here. These are going to be your base swords for your game. And, you can add notes to that and label them all. But look how easy it is to get images and just drop them in. It's no big deal. It stays all in one file. You don't have to juggle a bunch of different files. And then look at that. Now we already have a pretty interesting kind of art document just going, right? We have your swords. We have some stylized swords that, let's say we want to stylize our realistic swords, and then we have some characters, models that we want to add to our game, right? These are a great tool to add images, keep them all in one place. So whenever you send them over to, let's say, a friend or an artist that is going to, let's say, do some art or model your swords or your characters, you can just send this over to them. It's in one file. You don't have to juggle 6 different images. It's really nice. And those 3 are just the beginning. Now, you don't have to use these. That's just what I like to use. And if you like to find something better, that is fine. At the end of the day, you just have to have a place where you can write, where you can draw, and where you can gather images. If at the end of the day, you just want a notebook, you get a notebook. I have one. I have 2. And now in my work clothes, I have another one in my pocket. I also have a whiteboard. Use whatever you want to use, because at the end of the day, you're designing games. As long as you can translate what's in your mind into your game, that's all that matters. So keep designing, and I'll see you in the next one.